Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is Monday, August the 12th. So today is Mommy Mondays. Yay! Anyways, Poop is joining me today. Say hi, Poop. Him is 1 month. Say I'm 5 weeks today. Anyways, today's video is going to be about tips on labor and delivery. Also, I like to announce that today is going to be my first day back to work. So I am going to probably do like a little update slash closing for this video when I get off of work tonight. So yeah, that should be fun. Anyways, let's get okay, poo poo. Mama's man. Mama's man. Mama's little man. Okay, you guys. So, like I told you, I'm going to be serving you guys raw every week. So, yeah, this is raw right here. Okay, poo poo. You don't want Mama to do the video. Okay, so let's just get into these tips. First tip that I have for people getting ready to have their child is make sure that you're moving a lot. If you can, move a lot, walk a lot. I worked all the way up to having to the birth of him. I was actually supposed to work a couple days the week that I had him after I had him, so I had to drop my shifts. Poop. He just ate. So yeah, make sure that you're moving a lot. Even after I got off of work, I was still moving. I barely sat down. Like I would go to the store, I would cook, I would like be on my feet almost the whole day. So make sure you're moving because that, in my experience, that does speed up your labor. Another tip is to make sure that you have a contraction timer, only so you know when it's time for you to go to the hospital and when you want to go to the hospital, which also leads me into go when you are ready and go because you know your body. Now, go when you are ready is basically how some people wait to go to the hospital only because they don't want to be admitted to the hospital because they feel like some hospitals don't allow you to do certain things when you get into the hospital, like walking. However, in my experience, they did let me walk if I wanted to, which I tried, but my butt was just like, no, you're not getting up. But they do not let you walk if you get the epidural. So after you get the epidural, you cannot walk. You have to stay bedridden. But like I said, go when you're ready to go. Some people make sure that they eat before they go because you can't eat till you give birth. Some people just want to stay home, take a shower, just do stuff at home that's gonna soothe them, kind of slow down the pain of the contraction so they can wait it out to go to the hospital till they are like actually in a stage of about to give birth. Now go because you know your body is basically when I had my contractions, I had texted my sister because she has her child, so I was just asking her opinion of if I'm going into labor. So she was just basically like, she was asking me all these questions that I couldn't answer. So she was just basically like, maybe you're just having like false contractions. So that's when I got the contraction timer, and I basically found out that I was in labor, so I was like, okay, we gotta go. Like, it's time to go because the contractions was just getting too unbearable. Okay, poo poo. Okay. Hey, let mama get that. Let mama get that. Okay, but yeah, so go when you're ready to go and go because you know your body. Also, with anything else, you know what feels off, you know what's different about your body, you know how much your body can handle. So, when you're making decisions in a hospital, that has to do with your birth plan, whether it's you having contractions and when you're going to go to the hospital or when you're going to call your midwife, you know your body the best. So, just follow, how you know your body. Another tip, okay, poo poo. Another tip would be drink plenty of fluids. So in the hospital, if you're going to the hospital, they are going to give you some water to drink, or you ask for water to drink. It's going to be a long delivery. You're going to be exhausted. You want to make sure that you have fluids to keep you going, keep you hydrated, not dehydrated. So you're up, alert, and you have energy. Just make sure you're drinking water like all throughout the pregnancy, because with me, um being pregnant in the summertime and it being like the hottest summer that we have had, I was making sure I was getting enough water so I stay hydrated, because when you're pregnant, the heat hits you like 100 times more. And then it's like you're sweating 100 times more because you're carrying a human. So you have all this extra body fat, you have all of this that's going on with you, and you're just like 100 times worse. So make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids, water. Make sure you get your water in. Don't try to get that pop and stuff in. Um, Another tip would be make sure you're well rested. So then when it's time to push, you have the energy to push, and you're not, um, your labor, your delivery is not like dragging on because you're so tired to push and you can't push. You're taking breaks to push, basically. You are going to take breaks when you push, but not that you're taking too long of a break that is just dragging out your delivery. So another tip would be practice breathing for pushing and for contraction. Now, for contractions, you don't want to be all antsy and like. When I first got to the hospital, I was trying my best not to yell when I was having contractions. I was yelling a little bit when I got up to the room where they were like admitting me and asking me questions. And the lady was just like, "Girl, you better save all that energy for when you have your delivery." And I'm looking at her like, "Lady, come on now. You know how much this hurt." But anyways, make sure that you're practicing your breathing for your contractions, because the calmer you stay, the less you'll feel the pain. The less you'll be able to. The more you'll be able to. What am I looking for? The more you'll be able to handle the pain. So make sure you practice your breathing for the pushing and for the contractions. Especially if you're trying to go natural and not use an epidural. You want to make sure you are handling those contractions. So make sure that you do not eat too heavy before you come to the hospital. Some people, they're like, okay, I'm about to have labor. I gotta make sure I'm eating enough so it lasts me. No, don't. I did not even think that I was going to go into labor that night, and I ended up making nachos and tacos. And after I made that, like, that's when my contractions started. Like, right after I made that, I got in the shower. I was going to make my plate, and I had nachos. They were so good, though. But as soon as I got to the hospital, I just threw it all up, and I was just like, oh my gosh. That was actually my first time throwing up through my whole pregnancy. So make sure you don't eat heavy. Another tip would be to choose what's right for you, whether you want to get an epidural, whether you want to go natural. Make sure you're choosing what's going to help you out, what's going to make it easier for you. But you want to make sure that you do have a birth plan before you go to the hospital. Not saying that it's going to work out the way that you want it to, but at least you have an idea. Like I said, it may not work out that way. Like me, I wanted to go natural, but I ended up getting an epidural. And I made sure I actually talked with the nurse, and she was telling me, like, you want to get the epidural for your contractions because no amount of medicine or anything is going to help you from not feeling the delivery. So basically, she said the epidural is for contractions, which I got mine at 3 centimeters, and it did last me up until I was ready to have him. And I will say that giving birth to him was actually less pain than the contractions. So make sure that you choose what's right for you. Don't wait too long to have your epidural. Again, in my experience, I got it at 3 centimeters. My labor was fast like this because I was walking. Tip number 1. Make sure you're moving, make sure you're walking a lot so you can have you a nice delivery. Now my last tip will keep focus on your baby for smooth delivery. I was having trouble when it was time for me to push, only because I didn't know how to breathe and push. I wasn't understanding what the doctor was saying by the breathing and push, and so I had to like keep focus on my baby and be like, okay, I gotta get my child out of here, like. And then I just started pushing my own way. So make sure you keep focused on your baby. So, your delivery, everything, your labor just goes by fast for you and it goes right for you. Because at the end of the day, the whole purpose is having your baby boy or your baby girl. So make sure you keep your focus on them, just to do what's right for you. So, if I have any other tips on labor and delivery, I will. Okay, Pooch. Okay, man. If I have any other tips on labor and delivery, I will make another video. Like I said, I will be updating. Well, I will be adding on my remarks from when I get off of work tonight, and that will be my closing. I will put in encouraging words for you ladies. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say thank you for watching this part. Stay tuned for my update.